You always think, I know I do, and I'm pretty sure for the most part, majority drivers think. And I'm a very deep thinker, so I was curious. I'm like, man, if you figure out what is the average lifespan of an average USA citizen, because you know lifespan, it differs from country to country. So I just did the research just about people that live in the US, and so far the average lifespan of an average USA citizen is 78 to 79 years old, and this is a 2015 study. So this is, I'm guessing this is what I found. So most people are living close to be 79 from a 2015 study. And in the United Kingdom, they're living to be 81. And in Canada, they're living to be 82. That's the average lifespan in those places. So we're going to take the highest age, which is the 82-year-old. So if the average lifespan in general is about 82 years old, now we're going to pull out the calculator. So let's find a calculator on this phone and pull it out. Let's see. I still haven't learned this phone yet, but this is the calculator. So we're going to use the number 82. We got to figure out pretty much the math of it is to figure out how many days you have calculated to live. So you want to figure out how many days is in a year. So you're going to do pretty much, usually there's 31 days in each month. So we're going to do a general estimate, or we can just look it up. But let's do 12 times 31. 12 times 31. 372 days in a year. But let's look it up just to get the actual number of how many days is in a year. So how many days is in a year? Alright, so it's 365 days in a year. So if the average lifespan that we're going to use is 82 years old, now we want to do 365 times 82. So 365 times 82. Dang. So that's what it is. So 365 times 82, you have 29,930 days to live. You didn't think of it that way, did you? Because a lot of times, you know, we live life, and for 82 years, that seems like an eternity. I know it would for me. So my thing is, you never thought that that's only like 30,000 days to live. So to me, $30,000 is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. So to break it down into numbers of days, that puts things more into perspective, that life is short. Like, you know, back in the biblical days, people was living to be 1,000 years old. People started living to be 900 years old, 800 years old. So as sin got worse, you know, in the world, life expectancy went all the way down to under 100 years. And, you know, 100 years seems like a lot to us because we're not used to most people going that far past life. But then now that you look at it in numbers, you can really see that life is truly short, very short. So I don't know about y'all, but 29,000 and such days, to me, that's a little bit of days. So every day that you live life on this earth, you truly need to make that count, because each day that you're living, you're going that much closer to the grave. You know, everybody has that day, and they have a saying where it's the dead burying the dead, because you're burying somebody that passed away, but not to say not knowing, but pretty soon, you know, years down the line, it's going to be your turn for somebody to bury you. So it's pretty much the dead burying the dead. You know, we all have to die. Everybody has the same fate. We might die in different ways, but at the end of the day, we all have to go and meet our maker, or we all have to leave this planet to where we're no longer in this physical form anymore. So like I said, you never thought of it like that, did you? You always just thought that 90 years or even 70 or 60 years old, it seemed like that's just such a long time, because in your head, years, especially those many years, is a long time. But when you break it down into how many days is that, that's really not a lot of days if you look at it, to me. Now, if you said I had 1,000,000 days to live. I'm like, wow. I don't even, matter of fact, how many years is 1,000,000 days? Let me figure this out. Hold up. I want to know that. Let me see. 1,000,000 days. So how many days is 1,000,000 days? So 1,000,000 is, so let me see. Hold up. Let me do the math. So 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 100,000. All right, so that's 1,000,000. That's 1,000,000 right there. So we're gonna do 1,000,000 divided by 12. Let me see, 1,000,000 days. That don't seem right, man. I'm doing something wrong. Hold up. 365 days times, times. That's 30. So 1, 2. So that would be divided by 365. So you could, oh damn. So if you had 1,000,000 days to live, you would be the age of 2,739. I don't even think I would want to get that old, to be honest with you. No, I wouldn't. Matter of fact, let me make sure I'm doing the math right. So 365 times 2,700 estimate. Yeah. You'd be over 2,000 years old if you had 1,000,000 days to live. That's crazy. I don't even think I would want, I don't know. You know what? Ask yourself this. If you could live forever, would you? That's a question to ask. Would you want to live for eternity on this planet with everything that's going on, that you got to worry about watching your back, the damn government, between people, between just trying to survive? Would you really want to live forever? When I ask myself that, I don't think I would, especially if I know I'm living my life right, and by me being, you know, a religious person, to where I feel like if I, you know, do what I'm supposed to do, that I can go to a better place than this. I don't think that I would want to live forever. So that's just my take on calculated days to live. I know I had some hiccups in there, but I hope everybody having a lovely day. I'm finally about to catch this freaking shower. Yes. So time is the essence. I'll make a better time of it. Gotta, you know, tend to me and my boy back there knocked out. So I'll be getting with y'all soon. So deuces.